Tabitha Morris, and I'm the owner of Clinical Consulting Agency, an agency that specializes in the professional advancement of mental health professionals and practices all around the world. And I'm so excited to be joining you all today because I want to talk about a topic that plagues everyone, sometimes secretly, sometimes we know what's going on, but most of the time we don't. And that's social media. Social media has, in its implication, has been plaguing negatively the millennial and the Generation Z adults and adolescents for the last decade. And so it's important for us to fully understand why we are using social media, what it entails, and how we can really move forward in our lives. So stay tuned for this segment. You don't want to miss it. Social media was created for us to network and to be a worldwide community. It was created for us to connect to our family and friends even when we weren't there in person. And so although social media has positive impacts and has made the world a smaller place and a greater place to network, there has been negative implications behind it. There has been higher rates of suicide, higher rates of cyberbullying, higher rates of depression, higher rates of anxiety solely based on the usage of social media. So on today, I'm just here to empower you all and to let you all know that social media is it's really a snippet of someone's life. It is not the full picture. Yes, you may see people living their best life. You know, that's a quote that we all love to use. People are living their best life. They're living freely. They're enjoying it. But nobody's going to post those bad days. Nobody's going to post the days where they're struggling mentally. Nobody's going to post the days when they got fired from their job. They might tell you like stories after they have went through their trials, but they don't really post during that time, you know? And so it's important for us to have a full understanding that we don't see the full picture. And because we don't see the full picture, it's important for us not to play the comparison game, because just like they don't see the full picture of our lives, we don't see the full picture of their lives. Everybody has to go through a process to get to where they are. Now, there is no such thing as an overnight success. There's no such thing. And so you may see other people, maybe in your peer group, who are accomplishing things or doing things that you desire. It doesn't necessarily mean it won't happen for you. It just means that they are in a different point of their process. And that's great. The best part of life is that it is individualized. God has custom made it for it to be solely for us. And we all have a created purpose here. We all have a designated purpose to fulfill. And it's up to us to say yes to that call. Some have arrived at their places or appear to arrive because they have said maybe yes to their call. Some may have not even said yes, and it looks like they are still driving. And you know, as Tabitha Brown states, that's their business. But it's just important for us to fully acknowledge that that's not our lane. When we fully focus on our lane and water our grass, we don't have time to compare to the next man. In fact, it will allow us to have a heart of compassion or to, feel inspired by the next man, because we're no longer playing the comparison game. We want to help. Oh, they're doing something similar. Okay, maybe we can collaborate and join instead of tear down and sabotage what somebody else is trying to do because we want what they have. So I'm just here to let you all know that, again, social media only shows you the small picture. Again, you will not hear about people struggling on the minute and the hour and sometimes daily basis, right? So one of the keys that I want to provide you with today is to make sure that first and foremost, you understand what success looks like in your life. We've talked about this in other videos, but when you really grasp that concept of what success looks like for you, then you're able to formulate goals around that success. What does that look like? Is it building a family? Is it building your brand, starting your business? Is it, serving God? Is it fulfilling his purpose for your life? There can be multiple methods of what success looks like for you. But once you identify what that is, formulate goals. Once you start formulating those goals, have a goal plan in place. And that is something that Clinical Consulting Agency does help with. If you need help, definitely contact us because we are more than willing to help you get to where you need to be. But it is important for you to not only formulate those goals, but make sure that you're executing them, or else you're going to be going around the same mountain, doing the same thing that you were doing yesterday and years ago. And so the best part of life is that we have choice. We have choices that we can make, either to move forward and progress, or we can remain the same. That is totally up to us. But scrolling every day for a significant amount of hours when you can be really focusing on your goals, ask yourself, is that conducive for your growth? Is that even conducive for your mental health? If you scroll for more than 3 hours per day, at the end of the day, I want you to check in with yourself and really ask yourself, are you feeling empowered or are you really feeling discouraged? Because when you continue to look at the lives of other people and you're not looking at your own, you start to feel discontentment. It's just a natural reality and a natural reaction that happens when you are not focused on your own life. Now, if you limit your time, which I highly advise, limit your time on social media. Give yourself 1 hour per day. When you do that, you give yourself time to work on your important goals. And I'm telling you, you feel freer mentally, you feel relaxed, you feel less anxiety because you're no longer plugged into everybody's lives or the snippet of everyone's life. So it's important to make sure that your goals are at the forefront of what you're supposed to be doing. You don't have time to worry about somebody else's life and what they're doing. When you focus on your own and you cater to your own grass, your grass continues to grow. You continue to pull out the weeds and identify what's no longer feasible, what's no longer needed, and you continue to plant new seeds and develop a garden of beautiful flowers and beautiful fruits that comes from the work of your hands. It's important. It's so important. It's important to build on yourself. It's important to build in who you're supposed to be. It's important to invest in that. You are an investment. You are on borrowed time, whether you know that or not. We are here for a short amount of time. And how you live your life is going to really, really impact others, or it won't impact others. We're all called to be change agents, but it first starts within us. So what are you going to do differently in order to make sure that you're a change agent? So thank you all for tuning in this week. I definitely want to challenge you. If you are an individual that has been scrolling, I've been there before, and I had to actually take time to limit myself on social media, and after, I felt so free. If you are one of those individuals, I challenge you this week to limit your time on social media and really identify how you feel at the end of this week. By Saturday, you should definitely feel a difference. Definitely. Try the challenge. I guarantee you will feel different. And if you like how you feel, continue to go forward with it. Yes, you can connect to your friends after, but you can also enjoy life. Go to the movies. Go out with your friends. If you don't have friends, do social media meetups. They have social meetup groups that you can really identify with. Travel. You know, make time for your family. Make time for your family. There's a numerous amount of things that you can do to stay occupied positively. Once again, my name is Tabitha Morris, and I thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Love you guys.